Okay, let us start. So, welcome everybody, and good evening, good afternoon, depends upon your time frame. So, what we are going to discuss today is basically about the BTC price action, BTC price movement. Currently, BTC is around $45,000. As we know, few weeks back it touched almost 33,000, 34,000, and from there we have seen a good pullback towards 45K. In fact, BTC has been quite volatile in last 3-4 weeks. So we would like to discuss what is next for BTC in terms of price action, whether it is going to go further higher, whether we are going to see a fresh rally, or there will be a correction in the market. So that's something that we would like to analyze today. And then given the volatility in the market, how do you trade in this type of market? How do you invest in this type of market? That is something that we will look at. And then we'll also discuss about algo trading or bot trading, whether algo trading can be really profitable, how algo trading works. That is something that we will discuss. Okay, so for this, I would like to share some charts with you. And before we go ahead, please make a note of my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel, RGS for Profit. I request you to like the videos and subscribe to the channel so that you can get constant update for the latest videos. Also, my Twitter handle RGS303. Again, I would request you to follow it. I keep on posting various market related updates here. And then, of course, my contact number, and then last but not the least, my Telegram channel. You are most welcome to join the Telegram channel also. Before we go ahead, a quick background about myself. A lot of you know me, a lot of you do not know me. So, again, my name is Ritin Chaudhary. By qualification, I am an electronics and telecommunication engineer, and I also done MBA from Symbiosis here in Pune. I'm based in Pune. And I am running this firm, RGS Consulting, which is basically a wealth management firm. We are into business since last 6 years, and our services include end-to-end services for stock market and also for cryptocurrency. Our area of expertise is in portfolio design and management, options trading, and also we provide trainings for technical analysis and fundamental analysis, both for the cryptocurrency market as well as for the stock market. As this consulting is associated with various industry organizations like MCCI, Maratha Chamber of Commerce and Industries, then MASIA. Then I am also a member of Saturday Club Global Trust, some of the well-known business forums. Before starting RGS Consulting, I worked for 15 years in the corporate world in the IT field with MNCs like Cisco, Accenture, Citrix, etc. in business management profiles. So that's a quick word about myself. So let's move on to our topic. So as I said, what we are going to discuss is what next for the BTC in terms of price movement. Whether this is a fresh bull run that is starting or whether it is just a bull trap. Then we are also going to compare the BTC price movement with S&P, the US market, and Nasdaq, the technology index in US. Because for last 1 year or so, BTC has been following S&P and Nasdaq quite directly, and I mean almost there is a direct correlation these days between BTC and S&P and Nasdaq. So let's see how these particular indices are moving and what kind of movement we can expect in BTC with respect to these indices. Then we are going to discuss about how to trade and invest in such kind of volatile market. As we know, BTC has been very volatile in the last few weeks, and how to basically make profit in this kind of market. Forget making profit, even how to survive in this type of market. So that's something that we are going to discuss. We are also going to touch upon algo trading or bot trading. Can we use algo trading profitably in the cryptocurrency market? And then we'll take some question and answers. So that's the agenda for this discussion. Now let me straight away take you to the charts. And here we go. Okay, this is the BTC chart, which is the main template that I follow. Now, if we look at this chart, and there is no point in looking at the smaller time frames, let's straight away look at the weekly time frame, as you can see here. So on the weekly time frame, BTC, as I said, since January, it's been quite volatile. It has been trading in almost $15,000 range or $12,000 range, and there has been continuous up moves as well as down moves. And now, finally, since last 2 weeks, we have seen a kind of a movement in a singular direction, unidirection movement. Whereas in the previous 2 3 months, we didn't see a unidirection movement. BTC was not moving in one direction; it was very volatile. Whereas last 2 weeks, it is moving directly in a single direction, and that also it's looking quite bullish. So what is it that we are supposed to do at this stage? Are we supposed to book profit? Are we supposed to take fresh positions, or are we supposed to stay in cash? So let's understand now. As you can see here from these trend lines, this trend line started following from February, and remember this is on weekly. And currently BTC is exactly at the trend line resistance. The trend line resistance is at 55, is at 45k. Now, if this 45k breaks, then as you can see, this particular channel that has formed, or which has formed, I mean, call it as a symmetrical triangle also for that matter. This triangle breakout will happen on the upside. And if we have a triangle breakout on the upside on a weekly, then obviously there will be a huge bullish movement. When I say huge bullish movement, it's quite possible that BTC will go maybe up to 60k if we get a weekly close above 45k. But it depends on whether we get weekly close above 45k or not. So it's very simple. We have a weekly close above 45k, and if the level maintains above 45k, then there is high chance that we will move towards $60,000. Now, $60,000 will not come straight away. Obviously, there are resistances in between. We will have resistance here in this zone, which is $50,000 or $51,000. And then after that zone is taken out, then we can look at somewhere around 60k. And if this bullish momentum continues, the upper range target is all the way up to this higher trend line, and it can go all the way up to 77k or 80k. So 75k or to 80k range, that is new all-time high, is also possible. But again, I am repeating, it all depends upon breaking out of this particular range or breaking out of this particular trend line, and it's quite critical. So I would say next week, or this weekend close and next week, is very critical for BTC in terms of the price action for next coming weeks. Now, what is expected? Will it really break this range or not? So to understand that, we need to go back in past. Okay, now when I say past, we have to look at the price movement in the past, and let's see what has happened in the past over here. So I want to show you a particular price action, and I want to refer to July 2018. Now, if we look at July 2018, particularly the week of 23rd of July 2018, now this price action is very similar to what we are having right now. So, in the week of 23rd of July 2018, BTC gave a close above this particular pink line, and this pink line is what? It is EMA 51. Okay. Now, what is happening currently? BTC has tried to give a close above this pink line since February, but it has failed most of the times. The price got rejected, and we had corrections from there. It is the first time that BTC, I mean, first time in the sense after this correction from 70k from November, it is the first time that BTC is trying to give a close above this particular level of EMA 51 on weekly. But does that mean that if this close happens, we will have a fresh leg of rally? Not maybe if we look at the price action, if we look at the past price action, it may not possibly happen, because the same thing happened in the week of 23rd of July. BTC gave a close above this particular moving average, EMA 51 and weekly. Everybody thought that okay, now the market is going bullish, but on the contrary, the market reversed and you had a fall, gradual fall, in fact, a start of a strong bearish phase, and all the way it went up to this 200 moving average, weekly 200 moving average. So if we look at the current level, the weekly moving average 200 for BTC at present is around 20,000. Yes, $20,000. So if we don't get a continuous or a consistent move above this particular level, above 45K, then this 2018 pattern can repeat and BTC can go all the way up to weekly 200 moving average, and which currently stands around 21K. So 20K to 25K is possible if BTC doesn't remain above 45K from the current levels. So there is a possibility that BTC can move either towards 60K and even 80K, and it can go towards 21K also. So it is at a critical juncture right now, and that's the reason I thought it is important to do this video at this particular point of time, because this particular week, the next week is going to be quite a decider for BTC movement, I would say, for next 5 to 6 months. How does it compare with some of the other indicators? Let us check out Fibonacci. Yeah. So here, if we look at the Fibonacci price action for 2018, there was a similar move, and the BTC after the correction, it had a pullback, and that pullback went up to the golden ratio, that is 0.382, and from here you had a rejection. Again the same, 23rd of July 2018. Now what is happening right now? We had a fall, and then there was a pullback, and the pullback is up to the 0.382 level, and this is exactly the Fibonacci level which was there in July 2018 also. So again on Fibonacci also, this is a very similar price action, and given the past momentum, BTC can go down towards the lower levels. We can also check something on the MACD point of view. Look at MACD. They're all simple indicators, but can give us good idea if we are able to use them properly. Again, if we go back to 2018, exactly here, it is looking like we would get a bullish crossover, which was quite a bear trap, but this bullish crossover did not happen. And we have again a very similar pattern here. There is a possibility, or from the looks of it, it looks like there will be a bullish crossover. It is yet to happen. Of course, if the bullish crossover happens, then we will have a strong rally ahead, but that bullish crossover has not yet happened. And it is quite possible that just as what happened here in 2018, the bullish crossover will fail and you will have this bearish price action. So we looked at how the BTC moved in 2018, how the price action is similar at present, and what can be the upside and what can be the downside levels. One last comparison, let us look at the let us compare the pricing with S&P. S&P Standard and Poor, the US index for the major stocks in US. So if we can see here, BTC has been off late since last 1 year or so, following S&P quite regularly. Now if we see here, there was a fall in S&P and there was a fall in BTC also, and there was a rise in S&P and there is a rise in BTC also. Again, going back to 2018, in 2018, while S&P itself was going up, if we can see this particular area, S&P was going up and BTC was going down. So the correlation was not followed here. So as we see the BTC price action in the past, it is quite possible that that correlation may not be followed even this time also, because we saw in 2018 the correlation was not continued. So there is quite a possibility that the correlation may not be followed this time around also, and we might see a correction in BTC price, whereas SPX itself, Standard & Poor itself, might go higher and higher. If we want to take a quick look at S&P itself, S&P is looking bullish. It has given a kind of breakout, and somebody asked me what is the prediction for S&P. S&P itself for coming weeks, it's quite possible that it might move up and up, whereas BTC itself is currently at a strong resistance level. If that resistance is taken out, then obviously, yes, we will have a strong move in BTC also, but we need to wait for that resistance to be broken. Going back to the past, from the current levels, BTC actually gave a correction. So right now we need to be prepared for both the levels. We need to be prepared for $51,000 also, and we need to be prepared for $36,000 also. Now, obviously, you will tell me that if there is such a broad range that is possible, on one side 51K is possible, on another side 36K is possible. So how are we supposed to trade these markets? Now that's something interesting, and that's where I want to talk about algo trading. If we are using the algo trading, and especially if we are using grid bots for trading, then we can trade the broad ranges, and I will show you how it is happening or what type of setups we have. I want to show you a grid bot setting for Ethereum for one of the accounts in Binance. Now, if you can see here, there are buy orders all the way up to $1,500, and there are sell orders up to 3,300. Now, this range can be changed as per the price movement. 3,300 can be changed to 3,600 or 3,900. Similarly, the lower limit 1,500, it can be changed to $1,000 or $1,200 or even $1,800, depends on the price movement. But with the grid bot settings, we can basically address this type of huge volatility, and we can still derive profit in this type of market, preserving our funds with a minimum risk. If you want to see the trade history, you can see here last 1 month, there has been buying, and as the price moved upwards, there was selling also. From 2,700, the price went to 3,000. Then from 3,000, the price went to 2,550. So buying was done. Again, the selling has been done. Again, the buying has been done. So continuous buying, selling is going on. Similarly, for BTC, if you want to see, there are open orders here. And the range is, as I said, the range is wide. So we have to look at a wide range. So you have sell orders right up to $60,000, whereas you have buy orders right up to $36,000 here. Again, the range can be changed. 36 can be made $33,000 or $30,000, and this $60,000 can be made $57,000 or $63,000, depending upon what happens in the next week. Now, is this system profitable? Well, you can see it for yourself. This is the spot profit and loss analysis for Binance. And last 30 days, we have been able to generate 5% profit in spite of the hugely volatile market. And it's the consistent performance that we are seeing. And last 7 days also, there was a profit. If you want to look at the futures trading here, this is futures trading. You can see the profit and loss here also. So last 30 days here, there was a profit of 24%. The future and options, obviously the profitability is high, the risk is also high, but then if we do proper settings and if we use proper techniques, we can get this type of profit. So if we look at the profitability here over 1 week, the 1 week we have not been able to make great profit because it's a one-way market right now. If we look at this month itself, the profit has been 21.94%, and last 30 days, the profit has been 24.48%. So using the grid bots and the proper settings, definitely we can do proper profit booking. So I showed you with the settings and I also showed you the actual performance. There is another interesting bot that I want to show you. It is an advanced bot, so to say, advanced grid bot, so to say, and that is from Royal Q. Let me share a different screen with you for that. Second. Now this is another bot that I am sharing with you, and we can say this is an advanced grid bot. Now, why I say this is an advanced grid bot? You will see in the settings here. Before that, you see the transaction records, how the buying and selling is happening. Now these are AVAX trades. AVAX is a popular altcoin giving good returns. If we see here, there's a continuous buying and selling again happening through the bot. So this cycle started on 7th of February. From 7th of February, the buying done. On 8th of February, there was a selling. Then there was a price drop, and you had two-time buying and then selling. So this buying, selling is continuing. Then here you had a significant drop in the price. So there was 3 times buying. Now here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times buying and then selling as the target came. So how is this setting, how the setting is done and why I'm saying this is an advanced grid bot. If you see the trade settings over here, in a typical grid bot, we can decide how many grids or how many times the buying and selling will happen. Similarly, here also you can define that. And you can also define the first buying amount, that is the grid size. But the advanced thing here is you can define the whole position take profit ratio. You can define how much profit percentage you want. And also you can define the buying and selling values in a more intelligent manner. Now, if you see here, first buying will happen at a 4.5% drop, but the multiple is 0.6. Second buying will happen at a 9% drop, but the multiple is 0.6. Whereas third buying will happen at 15% drop, but the multiple is 1.5. Now, this facility to change the multiples, this is the beauty of this particular bot, Royal Q bot. And because you are able to intelligently choose the multiplier while buying for a particular grid level, I'll say this is a much more advanced grid bot. And of course, this is allowing only spot trading. But with this particular facility of intelligently choosing the call drop as well as the multiplier, you can actually make very handsome profits. Then it also has something called as distributed and take profit allocation and sub position take profit callback. Now, what is this distributed and take profit allocation? This is also very interesting. Initially, when your buying and selling happens, for the first 4 buying and selling, it will sell only if the average price for the entire volume comes. Whereas from the 5th level, if the buying is happening at a lower levels also, it will do selling for the buying which has been done at a lower level. Let's say if there is a buying done at 5th position and 6th position, and the profit target of 3.3 is reached, it will do sale, it will do profit booking, but only for the selected quantity, specified quantity, because already a higher amount of buying is done, so slowly it will reduce the position size. Whereas initially for the first 1, 2, 3, 4 calls, it will be selling only if the average price from the first call to the fourth call comes. So from first call to fourth call, it will keep a price target or a profit target for the average price for the entire 4-time buyings. Whereas from 5th call onwards, it will do selling even for one particular level. So these kind of features are there. That's the reason I'm saying this is a very advanced grid bot. And as you can see, there has been continuous proper profit generation through this bot also. So the point is, there are multiple ways of using the bots, and using different type of bots, one can basically trade in this type of difficult markets, highly volatile market, I would say, and still generate profit with proper settings and by using proper bots. So again, to summarize our discussion, we are looking at BTC currently at around $45,000. If we have a breakout about $45,000, there is a high chance that we move towards first level will be 51K, then 60K, and if 60K is also taken out, then definitely we are looking at $77,000 or $80,000. But if it is not able to cross $45,000 and if it starts coming down, the first support will be at 36,000. If this 36,000 also goes, then there is a high chance that we will slowly move towards the 200 weekly moving average, and that stands around $21,000. So from the current level of $45,000, market will decide in next 1 week whether it is going towards 80K or whether it is going towards $20,000. Both the levels are possible. It depends upon which way the breakout happens. And both the levels we can trade as I just showed you the settings, the bots that we are having, using the bots. Whether you use a regular grid bot or whether you use the advanced Royal Q grid bot, we can basically handle this type of moves in the market and make sure that we are still profitable. So before we conclude, I'll just share another piece of information. So I shared with you how to basically trade in this market, how to make the profit, and how you can address the volatility in the market. If you can do it yourself, nothing like it. Otherwise, you are welcome to take the services of RGS. RGS has got portfolio management service on profit sharing basis. We can manage your cryptocurrency portfolio on profit sharing basis. We also have advisory service. So using our services also, you can generate handsome profit into the cryptocurrency market. These are my coordinates. Please make a note of them. My mobile number, my email ID. Feel free to reach out to me. As I mentioned earlier, definitely follow me on Twitter. I keep on posting various ideas over there. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Join me on the Telegram channel also. So thank you very much. That's it from my side, and thanks for joining.